I thought our effort was great. I asked the kids before the game to give us 100%, and I thought we were locked in and loaded effort-wise, especially at the beginning of the game. And I mean, we held them to 65 points. I mean, I continue to tell you that defense is not our problem. We cannot score, and that's on me. I've got to figure out a way to put them in a better position for us to get easier, better shots. And I'm going to work to do that. And hopefully starting tomorrow, we will be able to start revamping some things that we're trying to do. We're not going to show any of that, obviously, before the battle starts on the 3rd. But as long as they will continue to give that effort and continue to work hard for us, I believe that the blessings will come their way, and we're going to figure out a way to score the basketball.
You had your three-pointer return, free throws were good, shot decent, but and you talk about the defense with that 16-0 run in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we can't go stagnant like that. We cannot give good teams opportunities to just take advantages of us. I mean, what did we go, like 7 minutes without scoring? I mean, you just cannot do that at this level. It's, you know, and especially if you're not getting continuous stops. Now, both teams are going 7 minutes without scoring. It's called a defensive battle, but for us, it's just called a lack of ability to score the basketball. I mean, I felt like in that stretch we got some good shots. You know, we missed some layups, missed some opportunities, but we're still having to work too hard on the offensive end of the floor to find good shots. So that's on me, like I said, and I've got to do a better job of getting them better looks.
What were the difficulties in guarding Nelson and Sylvie, as they were the only 2 people to score more than 6 points on their team?
Well, Sylvie's outstanding. She's always working. They set double, triple screens, stagger screens. We worked so hard on that, and I thought for most part we made her really work for what she got. But, of course, she's a crafty, clever player, very good player for them, one of the best players in the Missouri Valley Conference. So, you know, she was going to get away from us every now and then, and it always seemed like, just like most kids do, everybody has someone on their team when you need a bucket they could go to, and she was that for them. And then I thought the Nelson kid, you know, made some big shots. I mean, she can shoot the basketball. We knew she could, but you know, sometimes you got to take your chances and pick your poison. I thought our post players defended outstanding. They normally get the ball inside more than they were able to tonight. But again, 65 points. That's not a bad defensive effort in Division I basketball. 59 points is a bad offensive effort. It all goes back. There's nothing wrong with the effort. I don't think there's anything wrong with the defense for the most part. It's all about offense for us. We have got to figure out how to score the basketball.
You're up 24-12. Sylvie puts the team on her back. It's 7 of those 9 points in that run. Turnovers, though, do you feel like SIU, it looked like to me from the naked eye that they switched up a little bit? Can you talk a little bit about?
Yeah, they did. Sometimes they switched 1 through 5, but what they did that bothered us the most is they doubled our guards off the ball screens, and we weren't moving the basketball fast enough. We weren't getting to open areas to basically make them pay for that double team. And, you know, I think those are things that's going to come with youth. It's going to come with the experience of us being stronger with the basketball and being able to move the ball quicker out of those double teams. But, you know, defensively, they knew what they needed to take away, and they did a good job of that. But a lot of the turnovers were costly. I felt like that we did some things to ourselves that allowed them to go on runs, and some of those were ill-advised shots and turnovers, and you cannot do that. Our margin of error is so small that we cannot give the other team anything. We've got to make them earn every possession and every point.
I feel like in that last 2 minutes we saw maybe the Jekyll and Hyde of set offense versus rushed offense. Janika catches a 3, buries it, keeps it a 1-possession game. Then you guys get within 1 possession again. She drives down the lane, they strip it from her and score on the outlet. How tough is that to know that the youth still has ways to go before it figures out those tight situations?
Well, I just think that comes with the experience, and you know you got to continue to stay with them, and you got to continue to be positive, and you got to continue to make them understand that you believe in them. I mean, they don't try to turn the ball over; they don't do it on purpose. But we're just not at the level of being good decision makers right now. And I said a while ago, most teams have players that when they need a bucket, they can go to that player. We don't have one of those players right now. Now, not to say that the players on our team can't develop into that, but I do think it might take a couple more recruiting classes for us to get those type of players here for our system. But we're going to find a way. I'm going to do everything I can to find a way for us to be offensively better by January 3rd. They're not going to quit on me. I'm not going to quit on them. And this is a process, and sometimes you have to be patient. I hate to lose, but I do feel like, and maybe I'm the only one on earth that feels this way, we're getting better. We are getting better, and I see it in practice. I see it in games. We just haven't been able to get that signature win that we need maybe to make us believe a little bit more. But I'm the coach and I'm the leader of this team, and I see it, and I think that's a positive.
Are you starting to kind of figure out your rotation as we're getting closer to conference play, being 7 players had minutes today?
Well, we're trying to, but, Deasia being out kind of puts a little wrench in that. She'll be back, for conference play, so we'll see. But, you just take things on one day at a time and you deal with them, and you have to do what's best for the basketball team, and we'll have to see. But, yeah, I would say right now we're probably looking 7 and 8 deep, depending on who we're playing and depending on what we need. We do have kids on the bench that could come in and get things done and probably help us offensively. But defensively is where we feel like that those kids are lacking a little bit in their ability to help us guard the way we need to guard. But, maybe that's part of my problem. I need to quit focusing so much on who can guard and maybe focus a little bit more on who can score.